Hello everyone and welcome back to all our returning online viewers. In today's episode I am joined by Mr. Andrea Gargani, our sales executive for the north of London. And today we'll be talking about Terra Costantino and their fantastic Etna wines and what makes their wines so intriguing. Welcome Andrea.
Thanks Nick, and hi everyone watching online. When we're talking about Mount Etna, immediately we're thinking about what can grow on a volcano. The truth is that the soil is very rich and can give you the best, tastiest food and wine you can produce.
Right, but are there any limitations to what can be grown on a volcano?
In terms of DOC wine, the vineyard must be based in a traditional protected area which covering south, north and east and going up to 1 kilometer to a volcano.
It's actually a pretty large area if you could imagine it flattened out. On the southeastern slope in a town called Via Grande, we can even visit the Terra Costantino vineyard, whose wines we're talking about today. The winery was founded in the 70s and has been producing organically since 2002. At first glance, they're all well presented. They have fantastically designed labels, and the colors are astonishing. What can the consumers expect from these wines?
The land are situated in the prime area of Mount Etna, which the wine received the best aroma from the Mediterranean Sea. And the volcano, in the meantime, chilled the vineyard from harsh and cold northerly wind. Therefore, Terra di Costantino can produce the best table wine on the area.
Year after year, I'm assuming, because of their position, the wines are always going to be pretty decent. But one of the most fascinating stories behind Terra Costantino and their wines is that of the roots of the vines, which have managed to permeate through some solid layers of rock underfoot that have been created over the decades by the multiple eruptions of Mount Etna. Mr. Costantino recently had the land excavated in order to expand the vineyards and informed us that the machinery he acquired needed to produce thousands of pounds of pressure before it could even begin to break the initial 10-meter layer of rock. It's astounding.
Exactly. In fact, the new cellar, deep in the mountain side, leave an astonishing surprise view to the mountain, to the volcano.
The wines are produced just from indigenous Etna grape varieties, and the Rosato DOC that we're tasting today is composed by 90% Nerello Mascalese and 10% Nerello Cappuccio. In the glass, it has a color, inviting you just to take a sip straight away.
Exactly. So yes, we're talking about wine produced of a traditional way called pista mutta, which means they only use the short amount of skin content occurred. The annual production of Rosato is roughly 2,000 bottles, and you can pair it with anything. You can taste the wine with any sort of food, and it's pleasurable even drinking without food as well.
I can agree. This Rosato is fruity. It's not overwhelming. It has good minerality, and it's quite light considering the 13% volume that it has. It's very different to your typical Sicilian wines that are generally bold and heavy. What can the consumers expect the Terra Costantino range to retail at in the UK?
I think customers should expect a bottle between 20 to 25 pounds, and you can have one of
the best
of the
Etna
region
available in the UK at the moment. They're great wines. They're intriguing and expressive in the only way that Etna wines can be, definitely try them if you haven't tried them before. You will be surprised at how good they actually are. Andrea is a big fan himself.
Yeah. I sold so many bottles recently.
But unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. We'll end it here. Thank you once again to Andrea Gargani for giving us an insight into Terra Costantino and their fantastic Etna wines.
Thanks very much, and it's been a pleasure, Nick.
And until next time, in the next episode, we'll be traveling to the famous world of Tuscany in the form of Rufino's Riserva Ducale. It's definitely an episode you won't want to miss. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Cheers. Cheers, Nick.